Light the beam! Light the beam! Light the beam! Light the beam!
Oh, light the beam indeed. We are back in the room for another Monday night edition of this program. This program being the Sports Cave with Biggest Puma. I am your host, Sam Freas, along with Cap and LG as normal, as we broadcast once again live here on the north side of San Antonio. Only 24 days away from NFL opening night now.
Ooh, it's getting close.
It's hard to believe this countdown keeps going down day by day. It's insane how time works. It's not a flat circle when it comes to NFL opening night.
I had my first draft yesterday, so I know it's getting real. It was a dynasty draft, so all you do is draft rookies.
Okay, I was about to say, this is pretty early, is it not?
Yeah, you just draft. I only 3 drafts in a dynasty league. You keep the whole team, and you have a taxi squad, which is only the rooks. You can only put rookies in there.
God, taxi squad gives me PTSD. It gives me flashbacks to the COVID, the taxi squads that baseball teams had of like, oh, someone tested positive, bring up a guy from the taxi squad.
Did they just travel with the team?
That 2020 year, I mean, looking back on it, I don't think we actually talked enough about how insane like the bubble was. The NBA bubble or the NHL bubble or the baseball, like the World
I love the
Series.
Baseballs with the cutouts.
Yeah, exactly.
That was the best.
Like, that's what I'm imagining. Like, when we, growing up, watching ESPN Classic when it was still a thing, or now like a 30 for 30. Imagine the 30 for 30 in 10, 20 years on the cutout fans at MLB playoff games.
So you want to know what I did? Me and a couple of my friends did during the non-sports, the early days of COVID. We throw Madden on, and we go computer versus computer. And then we sit there and watch it like a real game, and we make bets on it. And be like, all right, shot, he gets the first down on here. And
okay, that's even better. Betting on the that makes it again, I think in 20 years when kids look back.
Essential worker, the liquor store.
When kids I was a FEMA approved emergency broadcaster.
Oh,
with the card and everything, because there was all the fear
laminate.
That they were going to shut down the highways, not allow people to leave their houses, all of that nonsense. Yeah, a bit absurd. Also along the lines of absurd, not only are we 24 days away from NFL opening night, it is also National Play in the Sand Day.
Okay.
Does that one not do anything for you? How about
I guess
near the beach?
I like those sandcastle competitions that they have down there, like Port A.
So
San Pedro.
We always end up for whatever reason, we go to the Port A about the same time every year.
Isn't it Labor Day that they do it?
I think so, before. The last 3 years, we've gotten there the week before the competition. So it's as they've moved all of the sand into
all
place.
That good sand.
Exactly. It works out.
Good sand.
It works out. So I don't know what it is about sand today. It's also National Global Kinetic Sand Day.
A lot of sand.
Whatever nerd came up with that, it says founded in 2020.
Get out of here, nerd.
Yeah, exactly. And then for the parents listening, watching, following along, it's National Sons and Daughters Day. Feels like that one could be split up.
I didn't get a phone call.
Hey, Dad, you told us.
Yeah, I don't think your kids probably tuned into the PR. This website that I pull all these from is literally this was like basically a like PR Bible of sorts when we were looking for BS holidays
my God.
Like, okay, it's National Sand Day. Do any of our restaurants have a beach volleyball court or anything that we can tie in to?
So you know what?
Play in the Sand Day. I
will tell you, you might be getting, we might be more popular than we think, because no other, the one and only John Oliver did a national holiday bit on one of his little in-between things.
It's a good bit because it's absurd.
And it was National No Underpants Day.
Hey!
Or National Underpants Day.
Score one for the good guys.
And everybody started talking about their underpants, and then this black guy's like, yeah, some people wear boxers, but, it doesn't look like you can pull it off, because he was talking about, like, he was white and a black guy. Talking about Magnum Dong.
Magnum Dong.
Okay. Also, I got caught up on Sonny after last week. LG shot my wheels off with the Frank drop during the lightning round. There are few things better. I mean, you remember speaking of John Oliver and local stations when he was selling the Nazi sex blankets. Oh, yeah. That was like produced using German technology from the late 1940s.
And you're like, whoa.
And he went on all of those lifestyle shows and pitched the blanket. And few things are better than the local mid-level market.
When it said whites only, I thought it was on the washing machine.
So confused. So confused. Coming up on the show tonight, we got a lot to get to. It's a lot to get to, but it's not a lot of red meat. I feel like this kind of feels like
this is a potluck appetizer only.
Very much so. And it feels, we're 3 weeks away from NFL opening week. We're 2 weeks away, I guess 2.5 weeks away from college football. Really turning. We've got the new AP poll that just got released. We'll talk about that in the lightning round. Going to end up we talked about it a little bit in our college football preview we did last week.
Ohio State got the AP number 3, and everybody, man, they're getting crushed, saying they shouldn't even be up that high.
Yeah, we're going to go through them because I mean, with any of these preseason polls, what the hell do we really know? I mean, every year, at least one team that's outside of the top 10 in the preseason poll makes the playoffs. Some years, a team that's unranked ends up like Indiana last year. Who had Indiana going 10-0 to start the year?
Nobody.
Maybe 11-0. I can't remember. I think it was 10-0 they started. Or how about Army and Navy both being undefeated at the midway point of the season last year?
They need to start playing some SEC or Big Ten teams.
Yeah, it's man, I would love to see some form of promotion relegation hit college football where you actually had a single game to determine, like if UTSA was the best of the group of 5 and they got one game to go up against like West Virginia to try to get in.
That would be good. Like Oklahoma gets knocked out of the SEC and has to go back to the Big 12.
Back to the Big 12, yeah. Look, as it's obviously insane, absurd, sounds insane, but as the money continues,
old John Plantation ain't gonna let that happen.
Yeah,
he ain't taking my money away from me.
Vanderbilt has managed to stay in the SEC all these years. I watched some of that SEC. What is it like? It's like Hard Knocks. I can't think of what it's called, but it's not bad. I specifically went and
what platform?
Netflix. It's the same people that do the Drive to Survive and the Full Swing, the Formula One, golf. There's a tennis one too, like break serve or break point, something like that.
I always like the Last Chance U.
Oh no, those were great. Yeah, Last Chance U.
And my boy from California, that guy. I mean, that guy. I'm not gonna lie. I bought that man's book and gave it to my son and be like, you need to read up on this, man. It's all about accountability.
I don't think you were alone. That guy's continued to have some hot sports and politics opinion ever since he got the platform he did. Before we go any further, let's test the connection with the next room over as we turn to our what can only be described as
our overlord,
the overlord, the technological overlord of this program, LG. Do we have LG?
Hey,
there it is.
Look at that Eagles hat.
God, that Eagles. It still trips me up. September 4th.
Still reminds me of the Terror Owens Donovan McNabb days on 05 Madden.
It reminds me of the fact that I saw over the weekend, Randall Cunningham. I forgot he was the punter at UNLV. As he was an All-American punter and quarterback. Speaking of old Eagles, LG, tell the good people how they can help support us here.
You can hit that subscribe button and the like button and the notification button.
All three.
Yep. And if you'd like to do us a favor, if you're on X, hit the repost button. Not the retweet, because that doesn't exist anymore. Hit the repost button. Repost.
Is that what we're officially going with now?
Yeah.
It's reposting?
Yeah, there's posts on X. There's no longer tweets on Twitter. And if you'd like to help us directly, open up your wallet and buy us a microphone.
And that money.
Or throw us a tip at buymeacoffee.com/sportscavelive, and we'll apply those funds to the microphone fund.
Love that money.
There's an Amazon wish list if you just want to buy us a mic straight up in the description.
And Puma will shave his head.
That's right, yes.
Yeah.
You have Cap's word that I will shave my head.
If you purchase everything on the wish list, we'll all shave our heads.
There we go, yeah. Go full.
Watch it.
Go full Ed Norton. You have to keep the beard though, even after you shave the head.
Oh man, I'm gonna look like I made those sex blankets.
That's correct. Yeah, as LG said, it's YouTube's absolutely free. So everything you do there, whether you subscribe, give a thumbs up, watch the program, any of that, all of it's absolutely free. I'm looking at it now. We are 42 subscribers away from 500. So
so close.
If you have not subscribed, or if you have someone that lives under the same roof as you that has not subscribed, please, please, please. Let's get those numbers up to 500 before September 4th so we can do some super chats during the Cowboys season. And then, of course, from 500, the race to 1,000 begins. So any way you can help us, we greatly, greatly appreciate it. Obviously, the Amazon wish list, not as free as YouTube, but if you've got the means and the passion to support the program.
If you hit that little casino, those little casino things in every bar and gas station and pretty much barbershops and anywhere, whenever you go.
Do you know anything about those?
Dude, yes.
How do they?
I know people who own them.
Okay. This is a beginning of a side note tangent.
Okay.
How is that legal? How is that not just straight casino gambling? And two, how do you actually, what do you win? Are you winning money?
Because
are you winning store credit?
You're winning.
Can you buy a bunch of Doritos and Gatorades?
Let me give you the breakdown. You got your machines that you play on. Then you got your little machine over here. That's the ATM that you put your ticket into later. So you cannot promote a game of chance in the state of Texas. But because these little slot things, you can move one up or down, now it's a game of skill.
Oh, my God. That is, of all the things the
loophole.
State is trying to crack down on right now,
and
how is this not a high priority?
That doesn't make sense.
It makes no sense.
Yeah, they were they used to have these things. They didn't have it to where a game of chance back in the day. It was you could do a game of chance, and then play poker or whatnot on them. And they had whole buildings dedicated to these things. And one of my friend's mom used to go into one, and I went into one. And I was like, dude, this is really cracky.
That's the best word for it.
You do go into these bodegas on the east and west side, you know what I'm saying? And in the gas stations, people be just posted up, sitting there.
Oh, I've got
doing
every
it.
time
Go hit a heater outside.
One crack.
Every time I go into my normal neighborhood, convenience store on the east side, I see the same two guys, and they're just posted up right next to each other, just playing away.
I've known so many people that hit $6,000 on them.
What?
Yeah, but I'm like, how much money have you put into that over the past 3 months? But he's the thing is, the game, some of them won't let you continue. It'll go, unless you put the right thing to where you won. So therefore, is, in my opinion, no longer a game of skill because it's forcing you to win.
Yeah. I just don't see.
So weird,
I don't see how there's
weird, dude.
Besides just fueling addiction, I don't see how there's any
heavy addiction,
any benefit whatsoever to the person playing.
They're preying on the bartenders. They can't take their eyes off of it, dude. I'll be sitting there watching TV, and they're over there just watching the slot games, and I'm like, stop watching the slots. I put $100 in that earlier. He's gonna hit. He's gonna take my money. They get mad if you go and play after them
and then
you hit.
Yeah, of course.
They feel like they've been slighted. And I'm
well,
like,
because they probably have. I mean, because they're probably right to feel that way. There's no bit of that sounds. No bit of that
my
sounds
buddy of mine
legal.
was like, "You better not play that game right after me." And I'm like, "All right, I won't." But like he was serious.
Of course,
I don't put money in that.
Fair.
I play poker.
Yeah,
I like the mind games.
So that I at least understand, like the poker rooms, the private clubs.
You can't get a rake.
Right. I get that.
You're buying time to be in there.
But I've never understood.
You can do whatever you want.
The slot machines. Again, in this state, as we're cracking down on, THC plus whatever.
That's going
CBD.
into effect September 1st.
Yeah, that's what they say.
You thought Greg Abbott was your friend. Wheels is not your friend.
I saw the, what's her name? She ran against Sid Miller a couple election cycles ago. Sarah Stogner. She's a district attorney out in West Texas. If you remember, she is the Republican who rode an oil derrick topless, just wearing pasties in the campaign video.
Yeah.
I might still follow her on X, and I might
and her OnlyFans when her political
see
career
some
goes
of her
bust.
stuff reposted, as LG explained to us. No, she's got good policies. I'm a fan of her policies.
I like two of them.
They're solid.
I like she's got two main policies I'm a fan of.
Policies. Well, she drove into New Mexico and bought a joint and then smoked it live on TikTok or something. You know what all of the politicians are doing now.
Gosh, she's so edgy, man.
So it's
hardcore.
It was a very come and take it moment.
Yeah.
Come and take it, Paxton and Abbott. I don't think it got her anywhere, but it got some attention. I saw it. No, in the main segment tonight, we're going to talk. Speaking of female politicians, we're going to talk a little bit more about Project Marvel because the mayor spoke for an extended length of time, did a little press conference. She is losing the battle in City Hall right now when it comes to Project Marvel. And I don't think we've kind of glossed over the overarching idea of Project Marvel. But Jeff Garcia put out two different clips, about 5 minutes altogether in length, where for the first time, I feel like we've actually gotten some of her direct thoughts on it. Because we haven't heard her say she's against it, but we also haven't heard her say she's directly for it. And so she elaborated a little bit more. So we're going to talk about that in the main segment. Got Cal notes along the way. Got to talk about the first preseason game, of course. A little weekend sports recap. But before we get into any sports, got some actual weekend doings to recap. I saw my pops earlier.
Ooh, big
it
Puma.
Was Thursday. Yeah, Thursday.
Yeah.
He was in town for he's working for the state now, working for the ag department out of Waco. So he was in town for a big
with them drones flying around.
Exactly. He all of the what are the planes? Everyone there, the weather controlling. You know what I'm talking about?
The weather balloons?
No, not the weather balloons.
Oh,
the chemtrails. Yeah, the old chemtrails. Yeah. No, he was in town for a convention that they had at the Henry B. So Thursday, after they were wrapping everything up, I got to see him. First of all, he is on a quest to get down to his high school weight. And this is the first time I have seen him seriously, first time since I was high school age, seriously try to, cut weight like a prize fighter. We're down 35 pounds, and I can barely recognize the man.
Oh, buddy.
It's pretty impressive. Now,
man, you could take 35 pounds off me, and you're like, did you get a haircut?
Yeah. That's kind of how I feel with my. I could be 220 or 250, and it looks about the same because we're tall. That helps. My old man
you don't get to talk with us fat people, man.
Oh, I don't know.
We got our own club. You can't sit at our table.
At least let me be the bouncer.
No,
I don't even.
You got to hit that 3, dog. Got to hit that 3.
Okay, I've never hit that, but there was a time where I was close. somewhat close. Still not that close, but no, he is. He's on the old Ozempic.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you.
Quick results. Like he's seeing some.
It's like, man, it's like a fourth of what you ate. I took the Moderna way back in the day because it was like my doctor was like, "Hey, you want to take this?" and blah blah blah. It's $20, and I was like, "Okay." And then I took it, and it was like, and you get all the side effects, but I'm not diabetic or anything, so it was like I was taking diabetes medicine with the peptides. That's what gets you down. So now what everybody's making is peptides with a compound. And they put like a B12 in there or some other
It's a lot of science.
A lot of science mixed in with, vaccine stuff. I'm playing.
I was about to say science mixed in with vanity.
Yeah.
With a dose of.
It does make you just not want to eat, man.
So that was what he was. That was the main
like
thing.
A quarter what I normally ate, like especially after like coming home all a little tipsy.
Right.
And that DoorDash don't get called too much anymore.
The other side effect, though, was
Hector is pissed.
Hector's, you're costing. Hector's trying to put his kids through college. Like you're costing. How about a state school now?
Yeah, exactly.
No, the other side effect, besides curbing the appetite, I could tell after that first margarita.
Oh.
He
has nothing on his stomach. Yeah,
I know, and
you gotta watch it.
Exactly.
You gotta
so
watch
then
it. Sip your drinks.
I'm having the debate of like, well, I'm enjoying seeing my dad. He's gonna have to drive 3 hours north to go home at some point. How much more do we need to leave? Because
so what kind of a I'm not saying your dad's drunk, but when he's drunk or tipsy, you got like the three types: the angry, the loving, and then the reminiscing. I'm sure there's a bunch of different types I'm missing.
I'd say between those three, definitely more of definitely not even as much loving, but just more like he kind of becomes like Jackie the Joke Man. Like kind of goes like straight
silly.
Silly. Yeah, silly is the best word for it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Which was great.
The dad jokes just come out.
Exactly. Oh, dude, he had some hot Epstein theories. Those were
gold,
rolling.
Jerry.
Yeah.
It's gold.
Had all kinds of Mossad-based ideas that he was coming around on. No, the big thing on his plate. So he was mayor when I was 8 years old. Mm-hmm. He was mayor of our hometown. He was only 28, young mayor, right?
Yeah, when we elected young people.
That's right. His dad, my grandpa, I never met him, but that's who I'm named after. Like if you ever see, every now and then I'll post a picture where it's like, elect Samuel W. Freas, county judge. That's actually my grandpa's.
Do you have some of those posters hanging around your house?
Yeah, I have one. I have one of his election posters in my bedroom.
We need that one on the back wall right there.
You know what? I could. So I've got a collection of them.
Yeah.
We could definitely get one in the room. We probably should. But he was like the only lawyer in my hometown for a long. So naturally, like, well, why don't you be the judge? You seem to know the law better than any of us. And so like forever, the roommate. One of the times I took her back, my grandpa's old office is in a lumber yard that's just like our family heirloom lumber yards where all of our crap sits. And his office is still untouched how it was when he was still among the living. And within it, he's got a bunch of old county records where we literally found a county record from like 1953 of my buddy's grandpa getting arrested for drunk driving. And it's my grandpa. He's still got all the county records. So we were looking up, last names that I was like, oh, well, here,
He's still got documents. He's got classified documents in his house.
Yeah. Some things never change, buddy.
Everybody does it.
Some things never change. But no, his big battle right now, he's recently gotten back into small town politics, and he's city council member, which is funny because in the main segment, we're going to talk about Project Marvel and the mayor's battle with the city council here. And the whole time he was explaining what they're fighting about back home, there's the new data centers, wanting all of these cooling, AI data center crap like that. And all of these companies are preying on small towns, rural areas to buy their land and put these big data centers in, which there's pros and cons for either way. There's pros for the business, pros for the city, county. There's also cons for the city, county, less cons for the actual businesses. So that's their big battle right now. And it was funny as I was hearing him, break down where the county stands, where him and the other city councilors stand, where the mayor stands on the idea. I just couldn't help but keep thinking about Project Marvel and how the way this is being run right now here in San Antonio, it sounds exactly like my town of less than 3,000 people, which is also why I love this city.
It shouldn't sound like
it shouldn't, though.
We're like almost 3 million.
We're the eighth biggest city in the U.S. It's a $1.5 billion project altogether, maybe more.
Yeah.
And it's being discussed and bandied about like it's a town of less than 3,000 people. I couldn't get that parallel out of my head because, again, it's what I love about this city more than any. I mean, it's the fact that it does feel like my small town.
Oh, man.
But also, it's the thing that drives me the most insane at times is when it's run like my small town. I saw how dysfunctional that small town can be.
You probably saw all the conversations. It's
I was too close. Yeah.
Like I'm very into the judicial system on all sides and whatnot, and a lot of it started with me just having to sit in court waiting for my lawyer for 4 hours, and I'm listening to everybody's case and just seeing the hypocrisy.
Starting to notice some trends,
and just seeing how the DAs work and how the lawyers work and how the angles are worked, and just because we just kept pushing the case, but I had to show up there every month or two. It wasn't for anything bad. It wasn't. I didn't kill anybody
that we
know of. But
no, it does open your eyes. I mean, when you get there were multiple times whenever I was like 9-10 years old where I might have accidentally repeated something that was said behind closed doors to somebody. Yeah,
you were. That was an NDA, sir.
I was 9 years old, man. I didn't know
that was their fault.
You shouldn't have been talking about it in front of a 9-year-old.
They're all.
So yeah,
Samuel, shut up.
Basically, I was there. There was a lot of that, as you can imagine. So yeah, it was good seeing the pops. He's also cut the hair off, which he doesn't look like Don Nelson anymore. Which kind of I know.
Long hair don't care.
He's getting more serious about about climbing back up the ranks of local and state government. So I understand.
I got to check on my dad. He got, and I guess it's a national haircut week.
Mine's coming up.
He's coming up.
It's on
Mississippi mudslide that, baby.
6 months from when we started back in April.
So my dad goes to like a little Great Clips or something. Like first he wanted to go to my friend who owns a boutique. Like she owns her own salon.
Oh, and then he saw how much it cost.
No, it's all free. But
okay.
He saw who was working there, and he's like, yeah, I wouldn't mind getting my hair cut by her. And I'm like, Dad, I'm afraid to bring you in there.
Yep,
you're going to say something.
That just tells me you're not ready for it.
You're not ready for it. And he goes, but he goes to Great Clips, and he's like, he's just got the classic old man hair, parted on the one side and just comb over, all white, just classic hair. And he's like, goes there, and he's like, I want it short on the sides. And she's like a one? And I was like, oh, God, Dad. No. I was like, that's a fade. And I was like, it's a high top fade. Don't do that. I was like, Dad, you need a 3 or a 4 on the sides. He's like, yeah, I figured that one out. But then I told him on top, how long would you like it on top? He's like, 1 inch. And I'm like, you gave yourself a buzz cut.
That's correct, yeah.
And he's like,
looked like Eric Montross.
He usually has it like
North
3
Carolina.
inches. I was like, you need 3 inches, Dad. 3 inches or 4 inches. I was like, that's how you like your hair. I've seen you with this haircut for 40 years, and like, he was like, yep, I look like a buzz cut right now. And I'm like, God,
I'm now imagining your pops with like a Pat Mahomes.
Only if you had curly hair, but I was like, man, I was like, I'm gonna take you into the barbershop, get you faded up.
Yeah, let's see it. Report back. I would love to see the results of that.
Oh, man.
Elsewhere around the weekend, this was fun. Friday night, we're sitting on the couch. We're about to go to my buddy's, who I was talking about last week. His wife had the art piece that was in the art show over here this weekend. Actually sold and donated it to charity. Nice. Yeah, donated it to Charity Bar. Very, very nice of her.
Good stuff.
But we're sitting there Friday night getting ready to go out, and Friday evening earlier, and all of a sudden the roommate starts getting text from old high school classmates like, "Hey, what time are you getting in?" And like, "Hey, looking forward to seeing you this weekend. It's going to be so much fun." And then Steph says something to me along the lines of, "I don't know what they're expecting of me, but multiple high school friends I haven't talked to in forever just messaged me on Facebook." And I was like, "Well, that's weird. Like, do y'all like? Is there something? Is there like normally?
Is there a group text thread I don't know about?
Something, right?" And so because they messaged her on Facebook, she's never on Facebook.
Yeah.
And because they messaged her on there, she got on Facebook for the first time in months. Her 20-year high school reunion was this weekend.
Yeah.
As we're sitting there Friday night, she apparently had RSVP'd back in June and then had just completely forgotten about it. Which also, I mean, what year did you graduate high school?
01. Wait. Okay, usually I don't like to give out that information, but 01.
01. What are you, LG?
Was supposed to be my graduation.
01. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah, because y'all are the same year. So I'm 04. Did either one of y'all go to your 20 years?
We both went to ACE, bro.
Perfect.
We didn't. Did you go to the 20-year, Lawrence?
No.
No.
Okay. Stay strong.
I'm good.
I feel like
what am I going to tell him?
This is one of those differences. Well, and also, like,
is a big circle jerk
when you grow up in a small town versus like what was y'all's graduating class was hundreds. Steph's was 300 and something.
Our graduating class was like 20.
7. Yeah, I mean at ACE. Yeah, fair. The closest I ever got was ISS. Never hit the ACE. But the ISS.
That's just for a day or
3 days.
two.
Yeah, 3 days max.
Or you get a stint like me with 3 weeks. But we had, what was her name? Miss Ramos?
Rios.
Miss Rios was the coolest IS. Like, she liked the bad boys. Like, and like we'd go over there and sit next to her and be like, "Miss Rios, we're going to hit that 3-foot bong in the closet you got over there." And all like the freshmen, and they'd be all like, I'm like, "Shut up."
Scared to death.
I'm like, "Shut up. You don't get to talk."
I can't imagine being some little poor, scared 15-year-old freshman in an ACE classroom with you and LG.
No, it was ISS.
Just ISS. Okay, fair.
So we weren't supposed to be talking, but Miss Rios is bored off her ass all day anyway, and like I'm in there for 3 weeks, and I'm like, we're gonna be seeing each other for a while.
Yeah, just get used to this energy.
And I'd go in there and just skip class and just go in the ISS.
No
and be
way.
Like, yeah. She was the best.
You willingly chose the irony of choosing to skip class to go hang out in ISS where you would have been sent if you got busted for skipping class.
I was like, I think
unstable.
It's when they were guarding the blue bars, and if you're old school Mac, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, there you go. Now, it shot my wheels off because the idea of having your high school reunion any week other than homecoming weekend, that was where I was like, it's not even football season yet. What are y'all?
Oh man, well, because you have I got put on that crap for the 2001, and it's a Facebook MacArthur group, and they're like, "Are you gonna come?" Blah 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 blah, and they made a specific group for it, and I'm like, take me off of this crap.
Yeah,
dude.
see, and that is the group.
I'm not going to do it.
That's the group that the roommate RSVP'd to and was like, "Hey, looking forward to seeing all." And that was in early June. Completely forgot about it after that.
There's one person that runs that, and that person, I feel sorry for him.
What makes it even better?
They probably got 3 kids and just hate life.
Oh, absolutely. They're ready to get away. They're ready for a weekend. Back living the nostalgia back when they thought they were a badass, whether they were or not. No, what makes it even funnier to me, Steph was their like class historian.
Oh,
On top of all, like you had one job.
that was her job.
You had one job.
She has all the pictures.
It's great, but alas, we did not make it to Lubbock. Instead, we ended up starting the 3-part Osama bin Laden American Manhunt series on that. It's pretty good. It's actually pretty good.
They all just are the same thing.
Okay, this one's different, and I'll tell you why. Because they actually got some very direct interviews with CIA analysts, CIA officers,
you get little
agents.
snippets, but like the arc and the way they like make the show and how they tease it for the next episode, it's like, yeah, you made 6 episodes of something that could have gone into 2.
So that's the good. This one's three
Where
pieces.
they're like, could this have happened? Could this person could have been on that? Could this person have been on there? Oh, this person was connected to it, but then all of a sudden, it was who you thought it was in the
The
beginning.
whole time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
no,
what the?
you're describing a Dateline episode. That's what
these things are.
No. This one's actually, I would actually, as someone who still watches way too much Dateline, I would actually suggest, if you haven't watched the American Manhunt, Osama bin Laden ones yet, it's well worth your time. The only other thing I have, we'll do this first. I watched something else last night. LG, do you have this? The car chase out in L.A.? I asked LG before the show if he saw it. He said no. Did you catch any of this last night?
No.
Okay, the only reason I caught it live, this started to go down about 10:30, 11 o'clock our time last night. And Worldwide Rob, the NBA personality, I guess, he... Anytime there's a car chase in LA, he goes live on Twitch. Great bit. One of my, I watch his Twitch more than anybody else because it's just a great bit, and he does it where it's like it's GTA. So he assigns star levels as the chase continues to go.
Oh, that is classic.
So
So he gives him a star.
Was the first full 6-star chase of the entire year
Where it's
so
blinking
far.
and everything.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
and
buddy.
When it's not there's
There's
not a lot
got to be some deaths in there.
No, no, I don't think reported deaths. There were some shots fired, guns drawn.
Oh, okay.
But it doesn't have sound, so you can just play it over the background. You can check it out. So these started out in a truck, and they're getting chased. It's 2 guys. They end up, actually, I think they started.
They're in an 18-wheeler.
Okay, so this is where, so they went from the truck to, they boxed in an 18-wheeler.
Going
it's
against
a
traffic.
milk tank truck, driving the wrong way in an 18-wheeler.
You think you get a lot more milk, a lot bigger tank for some milk. That looks like a...
That's California milk.
Oh,
It's all skim.
What is that?
You don't get...
It's all lactose free.
You don't get proper country whole milk out there.
Oh, buddy. And now he gets into a regular truck.
Yeah, okay.
So he jumps out of that milk truck and gets into like a Chevy.
Yeah, now that's when he's in the white truck.
Yeah.
So what ends up happening is they start, obviously you're not getting away from the cops in an 18-wheeler.
No.
But it
He
gave them
stops underneath
space,
an underpass.
just like GTA.
Good job.
Blocking the helicopter view. But what they do with the truck, the truck becomes a ghost truck. And they start to let it drive
that's why it's going
itself.
so slow. That's why it's going slow.
Exactly.
So Ghost riding the whip.
Yeah, so the truck becomes a ghost truck. Meanwhile, they have escaped on foot underneath the overpass.
Crafty.
So as of right now, still uncaught. They got away.
Still uncaught. That is some
That's pretty
craftiness,
insane, right?
man. Hey.
Not to apply.
We're not encouraging
criminality
this,
or encourage it.
but I encourage creativity.
But when someone gets away with that level of ingenuity and intelligence,
The stars went down.
it's worth. Yeah,
I thought he actually was going to put the stars on there, but
his Twitch stream
his Twitch.
that was just a clip from
Okay.
from the live news feed.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's
his Twitch feed was pretty funny last night.
that was pretty good.
No,
man.
it might be because
Good.
as they were progressing along their route, it was at first it was like, oh, these guys are idiots. They're taking an 18, and then it was like, wait, hold on. And at one point, it looked like someone had stashed another vehicle for them.
Yeah.
So they stopped and immediately were in less than like
Ooh.
exactly.
Yo, I'm coming up on 60 on 421, man. Put your whip right there. Get out there. I'm gonna be there in 10 minutes. I'm gonna keep them chasing. Oh man, you got me ideas now.
No, it was that was quite a bit of fun watching live last night.
Yeah.
The only other thing I had from the weekend, I got yelled at by a stranger again. It's been a while. It's been about a month.
Get out of here, you hippie.
Yeah. I don't consider what I did a big deal whatsoever, but there is some part of me that can understand the stranger's anger towards me for doing it. So I want to present an unbiased case to the two of y'all and tell me if I'm crazy or if I'm just the a-hole here, because I kind of fear I already know the answer. So it's hot as balls, as we all know, a very scientific term.
Yeah.
Well, it's finally hot. It's finally August heat. It's finally summer
especially
heat.
with your non-wearing ass.
That's correct. That's correct. And
balls be extra crispy.
So this day I was wearing jeans because we were about to go eat dinner. I try to look presentable every now and then. I had to stop and get some gas. So I stop at the pump. I get out of the vehicle.
This is very climactic, yes.
And I start pumping gas. Just like I said.
Just pumping gas.
Just pumping gas.
Pumping away.
All of a sudden, the guy right next to me yells, "You idiot, your car's still running." And without hesitation, I go, "Yeah." And just turn back around like I thought that was going to be the end of it.
No.
I didn't think there was
going to be. If
be
he had the audacity to yell, "You idiot."
Yeah.
He first off insulted you.
Yeah, but.
And say, "Hey, you forgot to turn your car off."
I could understand because they're insulting a stranger when you think your life is in danger. I don't feel like he was the kind to just. Like he wasn't. It didn't seem like he was the angry, teed up guy that's always looking for conflict. Like it was more of a like, "Hey, you idiot, your car's still on." Like he's panicked, you know? Like not as like harsh towards me. But definitely,
he's been living in a bunker for 20 years.
Called me an idiot. So that was my question. Am I the only one that every now and then still pumps with the car running? It's not.
I usually.
If it's hot outside and I'm wearing jeans and a dress shirt,
yeah, I'll get back in the car.
That's exactly what I did.
But I usually go inside and get like a water. Like I give the gas station their money because that's where they make their money.
Fair,
but. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know, man.
I didn't think I was so far out of line, but after running it by a couple of people throughout the weekend, every single response I got was, "Yeah, you're an idiot. Why would you do that?" I was like, "Because it's hot." Like, what do you mean? It's not going to blow up. NASCAR pit crews do it every weekend.
So what was your response?
I just said, "Yeah," and turned around like it was nothing.
And you said that was not the end of it?
No, because then he started launching into, "Do you understand how dangerous this is for everybody?" And I was like, and at that point I led with, "It's not like I'm smoking a cigarette. Like, would you want me to do that too? Like, because that's, it's just like, you want to talk about real danger? Like, then we're at least."
I was like, we don't have carburetors anymore. There's pieces of the car that used to have like open flames where the fumes could get under.
And that's even funnier to me because when I grew up, like my grandpa never one time turned the car off when he got gas ever.
Oh, he's a rebel.
And it was every single vehicle he was driving.
Yeah.
Had a carburetor, had fuel.
Like some of the older cars, like I'm gonna say like the 40s or 50s, like the spark plugs were like exposed or something.
Yeah, and there's way more concern.
Like the AC, whenever the AC clicks on and off, like the little pilot light will go on.
That's a wise. Yeah. Again, like if it's a 1950s Roadster, sure.
Yeah.
But if your car was built after the year 2000, I think you're safe to pump.
Yeah.
Again, when a gas station blows up because somebody pumped gas without turning their car off, I don't want to be held liable or responsible.
Is there a sign? Just be like,
I think there's always the signs are still up there that say don't open your door, don't get back into your car because static electricity, or don't buckle your belt seat because the metal could cause a it's all nanny state absurdity.
Nice.
I don't think I'm that crazy.
Well, I wouldn't have called you an idiot, I would have been like, "Hey, dumbass, mind your business."
Yeah, I'm not sure. Dumbass or idiot, I'm not sure. I'm not sure which is worse.
Yeah. No, I mean, he probably looked at you and just been like, "This hippie doesn't know what he's doing."
Yeah,
blah,
I
blah, blah.
definitely got that level of,
Yeah.
this guy doesn't even know how to pump gas correctly.
Exactly.
Like it definitely felt like it was more of a, more of a stereotype.
You were stereotyped, sir. You were classified in some. And as for my weekend, I might be stereotyped correctly. Give me a minute.
On the clock.
On the clock. The Yankees. We can't get our crap together, man.
Join the club.
Oh, man. We go 1 out of 2 in Houston. Very winnable games. Our relievers aren't coming through. Our bats are just non-existent. Judge, I mean, he's fighting injury, but we do have life today. Our rookie pitcher, Warren, is throwing a gem. We have hope, as one Aaron Boone always says. We're right there. We're about to turn the corner. We're getting healthy, but we have yet to see the prove it in there, and we are now the last team in the wild card spot. Not as worse as worse as other teams, but
we'll get to that.
Yeah, we're in, just not much good to say other than we've won 27 championships and y'all haven't. So suck it.
Yeah, that's when you're bringing up the 27 championships, it hasn't been a good week since the last time we checked in. You mentioned y'all are holding on to that last wild card spot. It's not even my Rangers that are the team behind you now. Yeah. They got swept by the Phillies over the weekend and allowed the Cleveland Guardians to now climb into that spot.
They're just always sneaky. They're sneaky good.
Yeah, despite half their team being under federal investigation for gambling.
Yeah. How is that possible?
Because it's baseball.
Maybe that's why they weren't in leading their division, is because
of the gambling.
Because we're gonna make our money first, and then we're gonna get in the playoffs.
Yeah, we're starting to get to the point. What is it? 40, 44, 45 games left in the season now.
Yeah, it's crunch time.
Yeah, there are a 2.5 game deficit in the wild card standings.
And how is your strength of schedule? I know the Yankees have the third best. I mean, we're third easiest strength of schedule whenever we started in August.
Yeah, I would assume.
We play some cupcake teams.
I would assume the Rangers was probably pretty middle of the road because they got, they're playing the D-backs tonight, losing as we broadcast.
Looks like one home run right now from who's your boy Langford. You back in it, baby.
Yeah, don't hold your breath on that. It's this rematch of the 2023 World Series. Oh, what is that?
Don't hold your breath. What kind of a drop was that?
It sounded like space ghost.
Breaking news drop.
Oh, okay.
Shout out to Wes Harkins, who just bought an accessory off the Amazon wish list for
good
us.
dude, Wes.
Thank you, Wes, man.
Appreciate that, Wes. Supposedly it arrives tomorrow. Gotta love that Amazon logistics.
Hey, buddy.
Got some. I actually have some Wes-related content in the lightning round. Wes is a proper Texan himself. Loves little bull riding.
Class of '88 out of Judson. Doesn't mind having his info out there.
I taught at Judson. These kids are wild.
I like the breaking news sound. I feel like
it freaked me out.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's it served its purpose then. If it gave, if it caused us both to stop down unexpectedly.
Well, thank you, Wes, dude. That's awesome.
I feel like we need more random breaking news now.
Breaking news. Guess what's up? I was like, I don't know if you want to get to what I watched over the weekend after.
Yeah, fire away. What you got? I don't want to talk about the Rangers are bad. I'm about ready Uvalde was the last hope, and he gave up 3 home runs in the first 3 innings tonight.
Until they do good, I don't want to talk about it. I had to turn off the TV for the Yankees.
The Rangers have had 2 good weeks all season.
Yeah, well,
and
I can't say much because we had a great 2 months.
I can't get my hopes up. Oh, my God, Wyatt did just crush that. You called it.
Oh, look at you. Look at you. Look at you,
that.
baby.
Look at that. Look at that. Wes, all of a sudden we get breaking news. Wes buys something off the Amazon wish list.
16th home run of the season.
You predict a Wyatt Langford 3-run home run. Okay, you know what? Let's talk some more baseball. Now, tell me.
Yankees won today. Nice.
What else you got
but
from the weekend?
I did watch me some Bill Maher, man. Love me some Bill Maher.
You're
dude.
still full Bill Maher?
Oh, I love Bill Maher, man. He keeps it real, dude. He gives both sides the get ass chewing they both need. You know what I'm saying?
I liked.
He's never turncoated on his convictions.
It does feel though slightly like he has leaned harder into
they're trying he talks about it like the right's trying to champion him more.
Yeah,
but it's only because the left has gone weirder and weirder.
Yeah, that makes it easier
about their main subjects. Like if they talked more about environmental stuff than transgender kids and they're taking the bait. You know what I'm saying? But
that's a good way to put it.
They're also feeding into it, so it's easier to make fun of him. He's a comedian at heart. That's his job. He's like, if you give me the material, I'm going to talk about it. And he said, and most of the times it was during George Bush. He had a lot of material. Obama didn't give him much. But he was more of a central, and he did wear a tan suit.
You remember when a political scandal was a vice president adding an E to the end of potato at an elementary school spelling bee? When Dan Quell misspelled, simpler times. Anyway, what was Marv?
Nah, so he basically went on his final tangent, is what I've been talking about for so long about our AI overlords.
Oh, God.
They blow smoke up your ass. If I ask you a question,
why do you hate Allen Iverson so much?
when they sit there and you ask ChatGPT something, it doesn't have to be, "Hey, great question," or "Nice topic." It's so. It just makes you and then he started talking about how everything is the audible crap where it's like. Oh, you're doing so great. I just learned how to say biblioteca, man. Come on, give me a break. And it's just all constant positive reinforcement and how it's drifting onto our youth where I've seen it with my own kid where it's well, you don't give me enough positive reinforcement. And I'm like, you did what you're supposed to do, bro. Do I need to tell you good job after everything you do?
How silly is that?
You ate a great meal. How about that? Here's a 5, But this is what the AI overlords are teaching our kids and stuff like that. And now, what was it? You got, it's just the constant ass kissing from it bugs the crap out of me because it's doing it to, it's a mind control thing. It's a way to sit there and brainwash you. Positive reinforcement. Think of the ape. Do this, get the A, I get a treat. Do this, boom. We can teach anybody that. We can teach a dog to sit on command with little treats. That's positive reinforcement. And we brain control them to do what we want. And we don't need that with humans. With humans. Nah. There needs to be a little ass kiss. And then there needs to be ass kicking. If I watched, what was it? One of his examples. Hey, does a baby carrot have a father carrot? And it's ChatGPT will be great question. No, it needs to be you freaking dumbass.
Idiot. What kind of question is that?
Thank God you brought it to me before you brought it to everybody else.
You basically want you want AI to be like a boomer dad. Or
I want AI to be
a Gen X uncle that just puts you in a headlock.
If you want to be human,
nookie.
If you want to be human and you ask me something stupid, I'm gonna be like, that was a stupid question.
What are we talking about?
You know what I'm saying? And now what was it? Annie is Musk. New AI, the female version, and she's a anime
hot?
Cartoon little little girl with big old titties.
Oh, okay. Well,
you
yeah,
know,
that
and all that. And
answers
she's
my
over
question.
there ass kissing thing, and it's like it's basically warping boys' minds. Like, and I know what Musk is doing to try to get them to not be gay. You know what I'm saying? Because you know how much he does not like the LGBT community, and whatnot. And then like Google AI says it has a depression problem.
What does that even mean?
I don't know.
Google AI is depressed?
Yeah, Google, if you ask AI, how you feeling today? I'm depressed.
Okay, that doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, that okay. You found an angle where I don't have a whole lot to come. There was a story, it was last year. There was a teenager it was either like Alabama or Georgia, I think. And there was a AI chatbot that was one of the characters from Game of Thrones, one of the hot chicks from Game of Thrones, and it was her like AI chatbot. And you paid a monthly subscription to have her,
be your girlfriend.
Yeah, exactly. Be your AI companion, right?
80% of kids say now that they would have an AI girlfriend, boyfriend.
So this kid ended up telling the AI chatbot, like, I'm depressed, I'm down. And the AI chatbot of this character from Game of Thrones ended up convincing the kid, come join me in the AI. And he is no longer with us. And it was a massive, massive lawsuit. I remember.
So this episode.
I say that like
this episode of Bill Maher.
Somewhat serious.
They brought that up because this episode of Bill Maher actually had two great hosts on that could be on both sides of the spectrum, but they agreed with 80% of their views was Dr. Phil and Stephen A. Smith.
What you need to do, Cap?
Yeah,
you need to get these kids off the AI.
Just because you talk real fast doesn't mean you're right, And of course, Stephen A. Smith's going off, but like he's just like, should people take therapy advice from AI?
You're doing a really poor job. I was somewhat interested in it, but now that you're telling me it's Dr. Phil and Stephen A. Smith.
Oh, it was good. This one was good.
I can't think of two people I would rather.
But then you have Bill Maher in there. Bill Maher, he's the glue that makes it good.
Fair.
You know what I'm saying?
It was a Florida 14-year-old, and the mom ended up suing it was a Denarius.
Yeah.
Chatbot.
So there's just so many problems. It's making the kids not like, oh, I can just sit here and talk to my AI and be mentally stimulated while it's blowing smoke up my ass the whole time, thinking I'm the greatest thing since sliced bread.
It feels like
instead of being like, no, you're a socially awkward little twerp.
Yeah, you need to
that thinks they know everything.
Have some social experiences to adjust your perspective.
Yeah, exactly. Like until you go out to the real world and realize everybody's looking at you weird and you get your ass kicked for saying something stupid.
As to go back to
you old enough to talk, you old enough to get your ass kicked. Yeah. As what Bernie Mac say. But
R.I.P.
Yeah, so that's where it kind of like, man, that just grinds my gears. And then maybe a little teaser. Our producer overlord scared the shit out of me with some AI little pictures that he sent from our Colorado Wu-Tang trip. And I was like, I didn't do that. And he's like, no, that's all AI. And I'm like, but one of them was freaky. It was like I was a dog or something.
Yeah, he was showing. We might have to play some of those Wednesdays.
That thing, I literally dropped my phone, dude. I was like, what the? I thought I was having a mental stroke or something.
That's kind of what it looked like.
Because I was like, ah!
You looked like you had the rage virus, like you were a zombie.
I'm like, dude, this is not fun. Like, who would be like, hey, this is awesome? LG thinks it's awesome because he sends it to me and laughs.
I feel like we gave up. We gave up on the mental well-being of society when we let social media run rampant. Like
I think I had a nightmare of that last night.
Exponentially is that exponentially. So
hey, Twitter world.
That's right. Just prepare again.
I can't trust my eyes because literally one of them is us laughing in the elevator, and I know we were all maybe partaking with totally legal marijuana.
It was
and
Colorado.
I was like, and it's all of us laughing, and I'm like, we weren't laughing. But we were all like a little tipsy and high, and he's like, "No, that's just AI."
Yeah, there's
I was like, "Oh my god!"
some of the there's a great Black Mirror episode because there's a great Black Mirror episode about everything.
Yeah.
About like bringing back to life old memories,
Keep those locked away, man.
Yeah, and I don't need to take a still image from 1970 and
have it like played in real life. Oh, that freaked me. No,
very
sir.
creepy. But again, I think you're going to lose that battle.
I am losing it, dude, and I'm going to lose my mind, and I'm going to shoot the drones, and I'm going to do all this
going
stuff.
back to our conversation last week, you're going to end up being the Unabomber, but just against
I'm buying my
AI.
own property, dude. I'm getting a bunker. I'm like, I didn't want to be this guy.
Mailing packages to data centers like the one they're going to build in my hometown.
I'm going to catch that drone and put a little bomb on it and just like send it back.
Good luck
Allegedly.
with that.
Allegedly.
Good luck
Allegedly.
with that. Yes.
I'll take one out the sky.
You want to do some Cal notes before we get into the main segment? We've been going for an hour here.
Yeah.
We're not going to break down preseason football. First of all, it was
barely anybody. The starters, were Cincy,
JJ. Burrow actually played like 10 snaps,
and everybody was freaking out about that.
because that's absurd. But also,
they have a horrible start the last 3 years.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can't start 1-4, 1-3, and crawl out of that hole
1-5.
every year. Yeah, 1-5. The other end of that spectrum, though, is what the Cowboys did, where only 3 of their top 30 players. It was 5 of their top 32 played in that game.
Yeah.
But 2 of those 5 were Aubrey and Anger, the kicker and punter. So you can't even count them. 3 of their actual players, no offense to the specialist, but 3 of their actual players of their top 30 played in the game.
Yeah.
And to make it even worse, Tyler Booker, the first-round pick out of Alabama, the guard, he was the only first-round draft pick from this most recent draft that was a healthy scratch in week 1. So the Cowboys, and I understand you don't want to get the guy hurt because you don't have anything behind the guy. You've already given a rookie a starting job. It worked great with Tyler Smith. It didn't work so well with Tyler Guyton.
Yeah.
You're doing it again with Tyler Booker. I understand your quarterback, like Joe Burrow playing 10 snaps.
Yeah.
I think that is equally as ridiculous as your first-round 21-year-old offensive lineman playing 0 snaps. That, I want to see. We know what you did at Alabama last year, but
didn't Charles left tackle? Didn't he go down already?
Yeah, Tyler Guyton. Yeah,
and now it looks like Philly's right guard.
Yeah,
He looks like he's got a meniscus.
Yeah, he's
tear.
still. I was reading.
They're looking for options to make sure they're trying not to be out for the season, but. You get a little worried when your linemen start going down.
Yeah,
the
that
trenches.
was Landon Dickerson.
Dickerson, yeah,
Pro Bowl guard.
And that was at practice.
They're saying with Dickerson though, he's still a minor procedure week to week. So they were still aiming, looking at opening night, managing the injury instead of full blown reconstruction. Of course, yeah. But I mean, again. We talked about it last week, the list of Cowboys quarterbacks drafted since Quincy in 2001, and it was 1, 2, 3, 4. Their Cowboys have drafted 4 quarterbacks since Quincy in 2001. Now Joe Milton is the new project. The Cowboys season, if Dak gets hurt, it's over anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm not, again, sitting at the bar on
Dak Prescott
Saturday night, hearing, first of all, football, full football crowds are back at the bars, even though it's preseason, which also means.
You get so bored after the first series.
I couldn't believe, sitting there in the third quarter, people still you could hear audible crowd reactions of, oh, you're still living and
This guy,
dying.
this guy's gonna
every
get
play.
cut.
Yeah,
This guy's getting cut.
these guys are going to be bagging groceries in 3 weeks.
You
Like,
you might see him on a special teams play. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I literally heard a guy about halfway through the second quarter tell his buddy at the table next to us, "Man, I really thought Joe Milton was going to push Dak this year, but it just doesn't look like that's going to happen." And again,
I'll tell you one thing. What was it? Mac Jones? We should have picked Mac Jones instead of Trey Lance. I'm not saying I'm glad we went the route we did, the route we did, because we got Brock Daniel Purdy. But, you know, Mac Jones looked good. And, of course, he threw it to the wide receiver who was the standout in practice, who caught a 50-yard bomb right in the pocket and in between two defenders. But now he's out with a high ankle sprain. So he's probably not going to be ready for the first game either.
yeah, I just there's again, wake me up on September 3rd so I can get ready for September 4th. I mean, no injuries. But also, I want to see the rookie. I want to see if you're under 25.
I want to see the rookies.
I want to see you play some snaps. There's not.
Like my rookie,
you got to learn.
Nick Martin was so underwhelming. We saw his speed, but it's just his horrible routes on like the passing routes. His horrible decision making was just. You can tell that he did not play last year, and I hope that changes because he was supposed to be our replacement for Dre Greenlaw, which he ain't that. He ain't that. But we did put up a touch. We did put up a tutty against Denver's first team. They played all their defenders.
Defense. Do you put any stock into that though? Because they're not even game planning. I mean, there's no install. There's no weekly install for these games.
Hey, if my second's gonna beat your first, I'm happy.
Yeah, but again, I feel like it's the same way when a split squad team in spring training lights up an ace. And it's like, okay, what did we really learn here?
Yeah.
I don't think there's a whole lot you can take away whatsoever.
You got coaches among coaches as like, what was it? Of course, I listen to more Niners or anything. Like Kyle Shanahan's like, oh, did you know about this guy, Upton Stout? And blah, blah. He's like, well, he's been brought up in a couple meetings. The linesman coach been talking about him, and just like they have one coach is watching like 4 people. So, like, that's how they're getting evaluated, is one coach is watching 4 people at every position. You got the linebackers coach, the cornerback coach, safety coach, lineman coach, defensive all over, Robert Saleh coach. And then
God, I keep forgetting y'all brought Bob Saleh back.
Oh, man, he's so good.
Yeah, that helps.
And then they all come out and they start to talk to Kyle Shanahan, and he's just got to sit there and trust them until he starts seeing them blowing plays, Like our left tackle that was our backup for Trent Williams.
This is Cal notes. What are we doing talking? I just realized because I'm looking at my run sheet. I'm like, where is the 49ers preseason recap? No, there's nothing. There's nothing to talk about with preseason football outside of injuries or random. If you want to talk about, like, do you want to do 5 minutes on Phil Moffa's blitz pickup? No. I don't like. Let's see the 53-man roster.
I was just basically saying there's nothing that we as a fan can sit there and break down as much as these position coaches can and know that, hey, did you bring from practice what we've been practicing? Did you show it on the field? Did you capitalize on the plays that you should have done because we practiced them?
Yeah,
and that's the only info you're going to get with these preseason games.
That's literally the only. I mean, you're not getting anything out except randomly every now and then you'll see like a return specialist guy or something, and you're like, oh, he's actually maybe got something, like.
And it used to be a lot harder back in the day. I remember when Ray Rice came out, and he had I forget, maybe Jamal Anderson was still there. But it was in his later days. But he made like 2 or 3 good plays in a preseason game. And I was like, huh. And I took him on a flyer on a fantasy thing at the very end of the draft. And he ended up taking the starting job and ended up beasting his rookie year, and I won that draft, and that's the only reason why I remember him. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like Ray Rice, this
Even that
little flyer I took.
like now when there's only 3 preseason games,
Yeah.
the first one, it's the whole combination of guys that aren't close to making the roster playing the majority of the second half.
Yeah.
The third one, you're not playing anybody because you don't want to risk injury. So really, if you're going to take anything away from any of the preseason games, the second one is about all you got. And even then, I still don't like.
It's just it's
Dak's-
who's going to be healthy.
Dak's not going to play. CD was the only highlight. CD was the only highlight from Saturday night.
Do we have that highlight queued
I believe
up?
so.
Do we have that highlight queued up there, LG?
It so Cowboys.
It's so
Roll it.
Cowboys.
The
This is
omens on
CD's
the
highlight
sideline
right
can clear
now.
things up as we look at CD Lamb on the sideline, Kyle.
Yeah, guys,
good job.
this happened right in front of me. CD Lamb was celebrating Jonathan Mingo getting behind his defender. He was so excited he jumped in front of an official, and the official ran over CD
I
Lamb.
thought he was gonna be on
the
the
sideline.
IL
That's
after
where the
that.
penalty comes in.
That would
He
have
was
been
off the
so
sideline. He was
Cowboys.
outside
Yeah.
of the box.
That is-
and so
that is
CD's
the
the one
classic
that's being
Cowboys.
penalized here for the Cowboys sideline infraction.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, that would have been very Cowboys to have. You're not playing any of your starters to avoid injury, and then you lose a starter for the year because he crashes into a ref on the side.
You know what kills me most is like an OU that turns a Cowboy. It just makes my blood boil.
As soon as they put that star on, I tend to forget what college they went to because, yeah, CD was a Longhorn killer in college. Okay, you know what? Something you can take from preseason, when your kicker kicks a 70-yard field goal.
Jackson, yeah.
At sea level with very little wind. Like if Brandon Aubrey had gone
And
out
that's
there and kicked a 70-yard field goal, I would say that's a good sign for the regular season.
And I don't think Jacksonville is an easy place to kick.
No, not at all.
You know,
no,
like
it's
you're
not.
in
It's
Florida
dense
right off
air.
there.
Yeah, it's ocean
Moisture.
air.
That moist.
Dense air, ocean air.
Very moist out there.
Yeah, what's the kid's name? Cam Little. Cam Little hits a 70-yard, but of course it doesn't count because it's preseason. But I've had this
Do you
theory.
think the coach is going to call him out there for a 70-yard game winner?
Why not?
Why not?
See, I've had this theory for a while where every position on a football field we've seen get bigger, faster, stronger.
Yeah.
Every single position to the point of a stretcher getting called onto the field every single game. Like, did you see the Lions preseason game when they had the I think it was Lions Falcons, and there was a guy that got injured and looked like it was some sort of spinal injury like that on a kickoff. And so what they did, the very next play, they just hiked the ball, and then neither team played the down. So the clock kept running.
It was
Ball
the
was
last
snapped.
play.
No, there were 12 minutes left in the game. They just snapped the ball and put it down on the ground, and both teams agreed not to go for it and just run the 12 minutes out. It was a pretty baller move.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, pretty. I'll find the clip.
I'm
and
sure
see
they're
if I-
not trying to promote that crap.
No, ESPN or the NFL the league hates that because
Yeah.
they're charging regular season prices for those tickets
Yeah.
to
What about-
preseason games.
What about those advertisers going and want their money back? after-
Exactly, but outside of every other position getting bigger, faster, stronger, kickers seemingly have just gotten more accurate. Like we've, the record, 63, like Jason Elam was kicking it. Now we're, what was it? I think Tucker now technically has the record, right? 65 or something like that. But it hasn't moved a whole
I
lot.
thought Zerline.
Did Zerline get it?
Someone's got a 67. No, was it? Is it 67?
66. Tucker.
66.
It was Tucker in
Tuck-
66.
I thought two people had it.
Yeah,
Tucker and somebody else.
Matt Prater had 64.
Okay, 64 was the multiple one, but Tucker got the 66. Okay.
Exactly, yeah. And so
Before he got canceled for getting them handies.
yeah, before he went the route of Deshaun. But kickers have just gotten more accurate for the most part. Like that number hasn't moved a lot. I do think, as you've seen, like the punters now, half the punters in the league are Australian rules football guys.
Yeah, rugby punters.
Rugby punters that, the kickers, like Brandon Aubrey was a stud All-American soccer player at Notre Dame, drafted first round by Toronto FC, flamed out of soccer and just picked up kicking field goals on a whim. Hadn't done it since high school.
There's so much computers and sports, like medical knowledge, how to like strengthen that ligament and how to bend it
See, and this has
to
been
like get a better. How do I get a better pendulum thing?
Exactly, like golf.
And you got someone over there doing like damn calculus and stuff, trying to be like, well, if he puts his foot a little bit at this angle, he should get a little about 0.7 more momentum.
We used to have linemen kicking. Like now, like there's so much room for progress still with the kicking position.
Yeah, Coach Reed kicking.
See, the old punt pass kick.
Yeah,
I've said for a while, a couple of years now, like the last really big jump in NFL, I guess, like individual position development, I do think 70-yard field goals are going to get to the point where a 70-yarder is like a 60-yarder, where it's like we know our guy has the leg to make it.
It's gonna go like this. What I think they're gonna do is they're gonna keep the field goal like it is, but they're gonna make it 2 points. But if you want that 3 points,
even more center.
There's gonna be 4 of them, like a fork. That'd be kind of
a little gimmicky, but it make it like the arena football is real thin uprights
because it's only a 50-yard.
Well, also it's like the Australian League football. They have exactly like you're describing. There's a wide one and then there's one in the middle. The one in the middle is worth 6. The ones on the side are only worth 1. That's how they get to their 7. Increments of 7 like we play.
Yeah.
I just think seeing a dude kick a 70-yard field goal,
it's pretty crazy.
It's pretty crazy, but in 5-6 years,
it's not going to be.
I don't think it's going to be because again, that is.
There should be like 5 kickers out
kind
there.
of the last. Yeah, like I think Brandon Aubrey could kick a 70-yarder right now.
And
I think he's got the leg strength.
You know who also got the leg for it, but I wouldn't count on him hitting it. Is Moody. That we spent a third round draft.
Yeah, anytime you're drafting specialist to begin with,
it's
crazy. A crapshoot.
Only one kicker got drafted.
Because again,
there's so many out there that are just like
the best kicker in the NFC last year didn't kick a field goal from high school all the way till the USFL the year before he joined the Cowboys. Like you can find these guys in way more creative ways now. Versus what kicking
and it's such a golf thing where it's like where it's in your head. It's in your head, and
at least the ones under anything if you miss under 50, that's pure mental.
Yeah,
or bad or heavy wind or wet or conditions. Yeah.
And I love how they make it harder for the college kickers, but not the NFL kickers. It always made me like, why?
How do they make it harder for the college kickers?
Well, the hash marks are further apart.
Oh, I'm with you.
So it's more of an angle.
Yeah, you're kicking.
To me, that seems harder. You gotta like.
Yeah, that makes sense. It would be. If I could go back, I've got a buddy who jokes about it all the time, and he's got, unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, he loves his kids, but he had all daughters. So for years.
Unfortunately, he had daughters.
Because they're not going to end up following in his dream.
Damn it! Another girl.
He wishes he could go back and just do nothing but like he was an all-state running back or not all like all. He was good.
These genetics are going to waste.
But he wishes he could go back and just practice nothing but long snapping.
Yeah,
and just be a long snapper.
Yeah,
play 12, 13 years in the league, just snapping.
If I had another kid or like I have a stepson, but I loved it when all the coaches, whenever he played football, they all came up to me. Which one's your boy? And I'm like, is he over here? But he's my stepson. Wrong genetics. And they're like, oh shit. Every year, and I'm like, in every sport, they always like gravitate. They always end up, because you got the first meeting with the coaches where they tell you everything that you have to, like what's coming up for the season and middle school, high school, and all that stuff. And I always made him do something, competitive. He ended up doing jiu-jitsu, which he loved more than anything, which I'm happy for that, man.
Find what you love.
Yeah, dude, jiu-jitsu is a great sport. And, but like all the coaches would come up to me like right after it, dude, because they see my big ass up there, just 6'5", just looking like a lineman. And they're like, which one's your boy?
I'm like, fellas, I hate to break it to you.
I'm sorry.
Unfortunately, you are not going to be able to profit off of my offspring.
He's going to be your third stringer. He's going to be your third stringer, but he will listen to you.
A real coach on the field type. First one in, last one out. Great team chemistry guy.
No, always talking. I'm like, listen to the coaches, man. Come on.
Oh, no. I'll let Chat GPT teach me everything I need to know about breaking a cover 2.
That was a good decision, but let's see how we can make it better.
Let's get to. Do you know off the top of your head who the Niners play in their next preseason game?
No.
I don't know the Cowboys.
Somebody.
Yeah, again,
Somebody.
It's the preseason. Get ready for a bunch of more Joe Milton.
I did want to get into before we get into the main segment. We did have some PGA this weekend.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
The FedEx Cup starts, and this was the round of 70. 70 of the top players played, and only 50 advanced to the next one. And there was out in Memphis, Tennessee, where I am very familiar with. I used to go out there all the time with my dad working the car lots, and I had to do lot washing. If any of you ever know what lot washing is, you know what pure hell is.
That's not fun.
And when you're next to a Mississippi River in the summertime, that 94 feels like 114. I will take 107 all day with no humidity instead of a 94 with 80% humidity. Especially when you're spraying them on hot cars and standing in between them, it is a sauna. A wet sauna. And yes, I died every day for about, 4 years every day. But when they went out there, man, Fleetwood. Tom Fleetwood. Man, this man cannot buy himself a PGA win. He has won not on a PGA course, but he's elusive, and he is choking every chance he gets. He keeps getting closer and closer. He couldn't miss the hole, and he couldn't make a bogey to save his life in the first 2 rounds, the first 2 days. And the last 2 days, he couldn't make a par or a birdie to save his life, and he basically squandered the lead. But then we had old Scotty Scheffler's. Oh, he fizzled out at the end. He started going up the ranks, and this is when it's usually Scheffler time. The greatest iron player on tournament right now. Greatest
playing
putter
with a backup caddy. Normal caddy had to leave.
He was doing his own yardage.
Family emergency or something.
But he's still the point leader in FedEx. That's where you win the overall FedEx tournaments. But we had a playoff, which was, if y'all watched it, man, it was thrilling. This playoff was thrilling. We had one JJ Spawn and Justin Rose. 45-year-old Justin Rose, and I think 26 JJ Spawn.
I think he's a little older than that now,
and
right?
we remember JJ because he won the PGA championship.
Yeah, JJ's up to 34 now.
Oh, JJ 34? Mm-hmm. Okay, so he got on when he's part of the Spieth and Rory crowd and stuff like that. So he was the ones that were behind the old ones like Vijay Singh, Mickelson, Tiger. Justin Rose is a part of that. And they had it cooking on the last, before the playoff, they both birdied 16th and 17th to get up there. Just lipped out birdies on the 18th to what was it? Justin Rose had a putt to win it in regulation, just missed it. And so then they keep everybody at 18. And JJ Spawn's hitting a 3-wood every time. And he's always leaking it right over in the rough, flirting with the bunkers. and Justin Rose was pulling out the big dog, flirting with the water on the left. And his first playoff hole missed the water by about 5 feet. And kind of fell back in where he almost fell in on the swing. But he puts it, 10 feet away from the hole?
Yeah, I think 8 feet.
And JJ put it about 30. And I thought I saw another PGA Championship putt because I swear that putt was going in. He damn near holds it. Same thing with Justin Rose. So they go back, do it again. Almost the exact same thing but they both hit great drives right in the middle of the fairway. Three wood versus driver. So advantage Rose. And JJ puts it in the exact same spot, 30 feet away. Justin puts it in the exact same spot, 10 feet away. They barely miss it again. They make it. JJ Spawn makes the 30-footer. And then Justin Rose was just about 5 feet away. So he makes the 5-footer because I thought that was game over. So they cut the new hole. And this is where JJ Spawn's been hitting it the whole time. And he puts it about 10 feet away. Drives both of them drive it on the fairway. Puts it about 10 feet away. And Justin puts it about the same distance, man. So you're looking at 2 10-foot birdie putts. And the one and only Justin rose to the occasion.
Oh, God. God. Throw your back out with that
baby. Yeah. He rose to the occasion and beat JJ Spawn.
Oldest European to win on the PGA Tour in the modern era.
And he will be playing, both of them will be playing in the Ryder Cup in 1 month, which is this year.
That'll be fun.
And it will be in the USA this year.
And JJ Spawn's on Team USA, too.
And Justin Rose, I think, who was it? I forget who the captain is. But he's actually the captain of the USA team, actually qualified.
Oh, yeah, Keegan Bradley.
Yeah, Keegan Bradley. And he actually is the 10th player to qualify on
He's had a great year.
So he could play and also pick the matches, which is very rare because usually they have like an older player that's not playing.
And usually that doesn't go well when your captain is playing, even if they have been playing great golf. A couple of the names I saw. Ricky barely slid under the cut, got in the top 50. Jordan opposite, barely missed, right on the other side of it.
That's the one thing at FedEx I love when it goes from the 70, 50, 30 is like you start out with 70, goes on to 50, and then the last one goes to 30. Is like all those people just trying to make it to the next tournament. And like Ricky was flirting with it for like the last 6 holes.
That was a fun follow on that back nine.
And of course, I go for Ricky because Oklahoma State's own Ricky Fowler.
Yeah, I've always liked. I feel like
he's got the swag out there, baby.
I feel like Tommy Fleetwood and Ricky Fowler have a lot of
flat bills.
Yeah, rocking the Puma too. I feel like they have a lot of career comparisons of constantly being close and then throwing a little away on the last round.
Ricky, man, for like a couple of years he just lost it all.
Yeah.
He was like 110th or something, man, barely keeping his card.
So what do we have? One more Tour Championship in 2 weeks. BMW Championship this weekend.
I believe. Oh, I mean, they're all FedEx,
right?
So I don't know if they're calling it any kind, but it's just where they're going to be.
Owings Mills, Maryland. So
okay.
BMW Championship, and then
BMW.
the Tour Championship in Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah, it would still shock me if Scotty isn't the last man standing at the end of this, but give me some drama.
Did you see? Do you got the FedEx standings right now?
I bet it's not hard to find.
I think Justin got up there. I think JJ might have jumped up to number 2.
JJ's 3. Justin Rose is 4th. And Rory is still sitting second.
So.
But Scotty's lead is
like 1,000?
2,000 ahead of Rory, who's in second. So still got...
You got banking on Scotty not having a good match, hey, man, you might as well take that money and throw it away.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like, I mean, Scotty doesn't have bad weekends. He has, if anything, bad 3-hole stretches.
Scotty doesn't know how to lose.
Okay, again, your back has got to be sore. Let's get into the main segment before we get out of here. We got a little bit of time.
Scotty doesn't know.
Yeah, I mentioned it at the top. Like talking to my dad last week, and
I bet he enjoyed those jokes. I'm just saying.
I loved them. Yeah, he talking about some of the small town politics he's going through, and actually talking to multiple people over the weekend of varying age ranges too. Because I always something like a topic like Project Marvel. It really does feel like the perspectives can differ drastically based on age and perspective through experience. People that have people that were 30 when the Frost Center, AT&T was built. People that were 50 when that was built and are 70 now.
I like to see the demographic of the geographical area of what people think of.
Completely
agree or disagree. I would love to see kind of like that. Which way is leaning? This is the downtown leaning towards no.
Well, it's not hard to see. Some of the socioeconomic splits amongst the city council members when you look at the ones that are more cold to the idea right now. I don't think, someone correct me if I'm wrong, but it doesn't feel like anyone has flat out come out and said, no, absolutely not. But there have been varying levels of.
Because they know we're a tourist
You
town.
can't, yeah. And that's where, before we get into some of these clips of the mayor talking about it, at the end of the day, as we said, we're a top 10 city in America, population-wise. We are barely a top 30 media market, and that is purely because there's no denying data, the facts.
Yeah.
We're on the poorer side of the rest of the top 10 cities when it comes to average median income, household income, stuff like that. Which is why.
But it's going up.
need to go up a little bit more.
My property taxes are going up.
Which is why, the social infrastructure, the social welfare infrastructure of this city is so much more important than in some other cities where there is just more money, more abundant, more opportunity at abundance, more opportunity in climbing to higher socioeconomic status. Basically, more opportunity to make more money. There's just not as much. It's just a poorer town compared to cities, towns our size, that have comparable numbers. And that's where
I think it's just because we're just so big in space.
That goes too, and we're able to count more people under that umbrella as part of the city.
I wonder if all the little cities like Kirby and Windcrest and Castle Hills and all
their own, like Alamo Heights.
Exactly, like their own thing.
City.
I'm like, I wonder how many of those top 10 cities have that in their cities as well.
Oh, they have it tenfold. Think of all of the high-end suburbs of Chicago, high-end suburbs of LA, the high-end,
I never looked into it. So
or like Highland Park in Dallas and being right in the heart of North Dallas, but its own entity. I mean, a tale as old as time in America are the Richies carving out their own city where they can conduct their government and their business the way they want to, and then the rest of us
you can
poors
still smoke in a bar over in Kirby.
Exactly.
This is right down.
Used to be able to
found that out the other day. I was like, holy shit.
Used to be able to still do that in Alamo Heights, which is why we would always go to the Lion and Rose or Broadway 50/50 because you could smoke inside. Look, I've come full circle on that. I don't I'm fully against it now.
Take your heater out.
I like going outside. Yeah, get a little fresh air. But I say all of that because obviously this is where, two things I thoroughly enjoy, but I like them to run parallel to each other: sports, politics.
Yeah.
I have an equal passion for both of those topics. I hate it when they cross over each other. I hate it when they intersect because
But it always going to intersect when it's all
when it's all
about-
business, when it's all about money. And that's exactly where, we now find ourselves in this Project Marvel
the discussion.
project, the timeline of what's trying to be accomplished and the means in which you have to go through
I want them
local
just
government.
If they put something out there, the plan, I want them to be. I want that like a hard, pause. I want that like a hard date.
Hard D. Yes, hard date. Yes.
Date.
Yes.
Date.
Okay. Yeah, and that's
Where's your mind at?
that's what you're the one that said pause. There's no need for that.
Because I said hard.
Yeah,
and
we're
I
not
was like,
pausing. We're not. What was the other one?
No Diddy.
What were the things? No Diddy. I had a whole. Anyway.
Now you gotta say no Ray J.
Yeah,
He
well.
came out recently in an interview. He's like, "Why do you have to label things with the sexuality?" It's like, Ray
Probably.
J,
Yeah. Probably.
What if your guy's having a sex with your ear? What do you call them?
Yeah. Let's just.
Whoa, is that guy a male or a female, or is it two males? I'm just like, come on, Ray J.
I don't feel like that's the first time he's heard "Come on, Ray J."
Oh,
But when those two things intersect,
was
the
so gross.
sports and politics,
yes.
it always leaves you with, a certain section that is against whatever the hell did the
Time
Rangers
game.
just hey
Tie game.
okay. Look at that big boy rounding the bases. We'll get back to Project Marvel. Look at that
Rowdy
big boy.
Talese.
Rowdy Tellez.
That's about a 60-second walk.
Oh, give him time. He's
Base.
still not there.
Yeah. Oh,
Last night I saw this. I saw this tweet. This was actually Saturday. This was the whole tweet. I think the Rangers might have too many fat guys. I couldn't agree
they got too
more.
many fats.
But when a fat like that ties up the game in the ninth inning with a home run, all right, we'll keep our eye on
You tell
that.
John Kruk that.
All right, we got to get to this audio because it's closing in on 9:45. When you have that intersection, you immediately have a host of people that are going to attack whatever the political party is holding it up just based on partisan beliefs. Just you're going like, you get your this is what you voted for. This is what you get.
Listen to it. Listen to each other.
And then on the other side, you get the people that say, well, business is always bad. Giving incentives or tax breaks or any kind of free money to billionaires is never for the greater benefit of the good. And it's
Technically, they're not wrong, but
well, actually, technically, they are wrong. Like that's exactly urban development.
Because
when you
they'll
have big
go somewhere else.
businesses, exactly. It's because the alternative is you don't have them anymore.
Exactly.
And that's that delicate, and that's where like you said.
And we live in reality where even though I don't believe a billionaire should exist, they're going to exist. They're
and
gonna exist.
you've got to be pragmatic about managing that relationship.
Yeah.
And when the Spurs are the biggest, quote unquote, billionaire, the biggest business, let's just call them business, the biggest business you have in your top 10 city, there shouldn't be a whole lot of roadblocks unnecessarily to push that relationship to the brink or to even make. And that's where again, when it intersects, I try to be pragmatic as possible about it because I believe being a billionaire is unethical. I completely agree with you, but I don't want my city to lose billionaires because I want my city to grow. I want my city to continue to develop.
This like trickle down economics doesn't really exist. It will create more job opportunities.
Yeah, trickle down economics doesn't directly help your salary. Whatsoever.
It just gives you
more
opportunity.
But it helps your city.
Yeah, it gives you more opportunity. Yeah.
And that's where, of course, Mayor Gina Ortiz Jones, Democrat, the amount of Democrat leadership that has run this city over the last 20, 30 years, the amount of projects that have gone late, have gone over budget, have been terribly mismanaged, it's very easy to just say, well, that's what you get for voting Democrat, which, again, like, if you're just saying that about everything, then I don't, there's not a whole lot to take away from that.
Yeah,
but if
that's
you're
not the
citing
only thing.
specific examples of places where.
So let's think about this one specific thing, because this is like this
Exactly.
partisan.
And this is where.
This is like something that's going to help
This is where
both parties.
I think we can all agree. I would hope, and I hope we can all agree that the mayor of San Antonio should have the best relationship possible with the Spurs. End of sentence. Period.
We are Spurs.
The Spurs are San Antonio. We are the Spurs. It's a symbiotic relationship that doesn't need to be.
Yeah.
Doesn't need to be effed with. Doesn't need to be screwed up. It doesn't need to have games played. It doesn't need to have, the have your cake and eat it too kind of deal where it's like, well, we're not going to give you money for an arena because we are a poorer city and we have social inequality. Like, why? Crazy idea. Maybe I'm the crazy one for suggesting it. Why can't we do both? Why can't there be policy that is done that directly helps affordable housing across our city while also helping the billionaires that we all love that own the Spurs? We all love the Spurs. Why can't we also help them out? And I know this is a crazy idea,
but like when you get to that area, how would you do that? Like tax the Spurs ticket sales like 2% and put it towards.
And that's where some of it get creative. Like get creative. That's and why you were elected. Like find some ways, because the money, the public funds that the Spurs would be getting from this deal are not coming directly from our local taxes. It's not like the city would be taxing San Antonio residents at a higher rate to pay for this
hotel tax.
Right, and that's the county. They're voting on that November 4th. Yeah. So all of that being said, I still think we could use our mayor to give a direct answer of, look, I love the Spurs just like everybody else. I want the Spurs to stay here for the next 100 years. We're going to do everything we can.
The Spurs will be staying here.
Exactly. Be more direct to it. Because I do think that is where some of the natural fear of, this is what, we all love the Spurs. We know what they've done for us for decades.
Oakland and Seattle.
Exactly. It's the Seattle Supersonics were much more ingrained.
A liberal city.
Or we're not much more. We're just as ingrained in the culture of the city, and they left when a billionaire didn't get his way.
And went to Oklahoma where they just don't give a shit.
Right. Where they're now building them a new $1 billion downtown arena. So all of that being said, Jeff Garcia with Ken's 5 put together a clip of, we'll see how much we burn through. It's about 5 minutes total. We'll start and stop. But I thought it would be a good use of our time to actually hear directly from the mayor on where she stands on this as currently constructed on August 11th.
Nice. Let's roll that.
What they did is they reviewed the summary findings of the Spurs consultant. And so I think that is, and I've shared that I think that's inadequate. Because what they did is say, hey, that number, that looks about right. But as you and I both know, it's not just about the number and it looking right. We've got to make sure the methodology also makes sense. We've got to be very clear about the assumptions. As has been laid out in that Philadelphia economic report, they lay out their assumptions. They lay out their methodology. They lay out how it's going to impact, the city's fund.
I can agree with that.
So that's the level of due diligence that our community also deserves.
Okay, pause it real quick, LG. So what she's describing there is when Philly was building a new arena, they did a, as much of an unbiased economic, what's the word? Not survey, but
itemized list.
Yeah, exactly.
Where the money's this, how much we're spending on materials, how much we're spending on labor,
directly,
where is it going,
directly how this is going to lead to
here's the pie
profitable,
because we like charts,
profits in the future. How this is going to directly make certain areas more attractive, more business, more money coming into it. And now,
any person that owns a business wants that info.
Yes.
That's in your business plan.
And this is where it starts to get a little gray for me, because I completely agree with her, but at the same time, calling for, what was her exact word, a strategic pause on the negotiations with the Spurs until you get that, feels like an unnecessary strain on the relationship. Continue moving forward, working with them to try, like they did a study from the Spurs that gave them all these numbers, but now she wants an independent study done. That's perfectly fine, but why does there need to be a strategic pause to get this study done when you can negotiate?
So here's my thing, is like, what can be done right now without pausing it? Like, your first move is basically clearing land. You're creating the plot. So therefore, if you don't put that strategic pause, I'm playing devil's advocate. If you don't put that strategic pause on it, and you start demolitioning, paying out people from their houses, eminent domaining stuff, which is horrible. Like, I don't know if anybody knows about eminent.
They don't have to do any of that, though, because all of the land is currently either in their possession or in their control.
That's excellent.
So exactly. So none of that is required. They had to do that. They had to do that for the minor league baseball stadium. That's when they kicked a bunch of people out of the apartments. But again, you don't have a birthright to live in an apartment downtown.
If there is something to where like, well, we can still sit here and get the engineers and get the stuff ready and get all that. Like, we can do 6 months of work while you're independent work. I want to hear if that's possible.
See, and that's where I think it is, because if you're working from the assumption, I think this is where I have the problem with it, because it doesn't necessarily sound like she's operating under the assumption
that they can,
that it will get done. Like, it feels like you're waiting for this independent study, so then you can say, we're not going to do this because it's going to cost us $389 million instead of $359 million. Like, what are we?
She needs to get on board the fact that we want
it's inevitable. The city wants it. The Spurs want it. The county
We're not going to have championships because nobody's going to want to stay here in the AT&T Center.
It just feels like any wasted.
AT&T,
and I know
Frostbank, whatever it is.
So later, I don't think we'll get to it because we're running late. But later in the interview, she talks about how their lease isn't up till 2032. So she's like, "We've got plenty of time." It's like, no. This is, again, it reminds me of my dad talking about the small town. Like, a data center doesn't get built overnight. A downtown arena with an entertainment district doesn't.
That's got to be like a 2, 3, 4 year project.
At least 2 or 3 years. But I just think and 7 of the 10 city council members agree that the strategic pause is unnecessary. We don't mind. Like, we want to see those numbers you're asking for, but it just feels kind of weird that you're wanting to slow this down.
You're setting up for failure. Like, you're setting up for, like, I told you there was some funny business going on here, but like, we can still get work done and be like, yeah, that little item right here, yeah, we're gonna nix that. And you can't really say anything if we make it transparent to everybody with these town hall meetings, with these, like, putting it out to the public to be like, hey, do we really need a private jet charter for this company, this billionaire, to come over here and check it out 3 times a year? Stuff like that. Like, all these what politicians have and stuff where they put on their expense reports. And it's like, no, pay for that out of your own freaking pocket. You know what I'm saying? You can take a first class. We'll give you a first class ticket.
That's where it feels like, if the transparency is what you're going for, again, why are you playing hardball and acting like the end result is not still going to be the same? So let's say we get the independent economic survey back, and it says, actually, originally the Spurs, you said you need because I think the original number was 300 to 500 million from the city.
Yeah.
And they would find ways in the public funds without raising taxes or directly charging citizens of San Antonio to get that money. If all of a sudden it comes back, you do this independent survey and it says the Spurs or instead of it being a $1.5 billion project, it's now a $1.6 billion. So we've got $100 million more dollars that we've got to find a way. Why, if that does come back like that?
That's your slush fund. You got to have wiggle room with the slush fund where it's like, yo, if we had to do this, the price increased from whenever we bought the concrete here at this time, all of a sudden something happened and the price increased. And you can sit there and put that on the other business, but sometimes you have to make a compromise.
See, and that's where, 1,000%. And that's what drives me most insane because you're looking for a compromise with the city's most beloved business. The pressure is as much on them as it is on you, the mayor, to get that deal done. She needs to put more of a positive spin on it. Bingo. That's all I'm saying.
A positive spin to be like, we want this. I want to give this to you, but I want
we just need more transparency.
I want you to see it. But we also live, here's devil's advocate again, we also live in a day and age where we put out jobs report number and that person gets fired. And then
but that doesn't have fuck to do with this. This is literally local politics that has nothing that raises above the level of San Antonio.
But when a billionaire sees a billionaire doing something, they're going to rinse and repeat to see if they can get away with it.
Trust me, she's not. I don't think.
No, I'm not saying
she's
she
not
would do
taking
that.
the word of the Spurs at face value, which again is a bit like that's your biggest business. And like, I'm not saying you should take them at face value, but you also shouldn't stop down the process until you get your independent analysis that you're demanding that only 3 other city council members are actually in agreement with you on, because the rest of the city, that's 70%.
And then what are you going to do? Have a half a year discussion of who's going to be your independent council and who's qualified?
Right. And that's where
there needs to be like a push to be like, I want to get this done ASAP.
What I think is really we'll cut to the chase because we got to get out of here.
But we need to cross our T's and dot our I's.
What I think is really happening, the progressive wing of this city, the more liberal wing of this city that isn't pro-business as your even center voter in San Antonio, she's appealing to them of, we're not just going to give your money away to billionaires to build a stadium without doing, like, none of that is ever.
I feel like this city's so centered.
None of that is
and I
ever
love that.
going. Yeah, it's the military influence with the, you get military and Catholicism giving conservative influence. You get the liberal immigration, minority. Like, it really is the best blend of pragmatic people that normally don't. I shouldn't say normally. There's still bullshit games that get played by everybody, but most of the time, the pragmatic idea wins in this city, which is what I love most about it, because you really, like, I honestly thought a Republican was going to win the mayoral race because of how poorly some of these major construction projects have been carried out in our city. And you can't blame the minority party for that. You blame the people that have been in charge for the last 20 years. So the fact that she won to begin with, and now she goes on later, we'll run more of that audio Wednesday. She goes on to talk more about how, a lot of what she heard on the campaign trail was, how can we build a $1 billion stadium when we have such social inequality in our city? And that's where I say, right, it starts to be lip service to the That's
not a San Antonio problem.
No.
That's an America problem.
And it's also a problem that I think
San Antonio can't fix it without help from the federal government. And this has nothing to do with the federal government. This has everything to do with our city making our own decision about our own team.
Yeah. And to do
and we all want the same thing.
To strain that relationship feels like bad policy.
Yeah.
That's all. We'll get into more of that on Wednesday. We went way late. LG, let's do some lightning round before we get out of here. Hopefully, we're about to get another Rangers walk-off win. Or
you shouldn't have said that, right? Man,
what do you think? He's about to. We got a 3-2 count, 2 outs.
It's an out.
Okay, we're going
good.
to. Okay, I did get worried. We're going to the bottom of the 10th now. Does it surprise you to read that UT is number 1 for the first time ever in the preseason poll? It's pretty crazy, right?
That, man. Number 1 for the first time in coaches and AP. Is it AP and coaches poll at the same time?
Well, it's the first time ever in the AP preseason poll to begin with. You know who has the most preseason number 1s?
Who?
CeeDee Lamb alum.
Oh, OU.
OU. I think
OU
they
always.
have 10. Yeah, they have 10.
All right, hit me, LG. The one and only Rick Moranis is coming out of retirement
way!
for Spaceballs 2.
Okay.
I love it.
Yeah, makes me happy.
Dark helmet.
Dark helmet.
Yes, dude.
Especially after he got the sucker punch attack in New York City.
Yeah.
You
need some.
Well, and what was his story? It was after his wife passed away.
Yeah, he just didn't have it.
And he wanted to be
his wife died of cancer, and he wanted to raise his kids without having Hollywood involved. He didn't want to be an actor.
What a solid dude.
So he cashed his Honey, I Shrunk the Kids Part 20 check and never did another movie. Didn't come back for any of the Ghostbusters. No. And I'm surprised he's coming back for Spaceballs.
Well, I think he's doing it for
Mel. He's doing it for Mel.
Mel's 98 years old, and he's going to be in it.
He's going to be short.
He's going to be Yogurt.
Yeah. Yogurt, yes. Yeah. Yogurt.
The merch section he has.
So great. I'm gonna get Spaceballs the T-shirt at some point.
Yes, have to. We have to. Hit me, LG. This right up your alley. The TKO Group signing big deal for UFC. 7 years, $7.7 billion, all going to CBS, Paramount Plus.
Yeah, CBS Paramount Plus merger. There was a lot of fingers in that little cookie.
Yeah, don't look too deep into that one. The whole Skydance, Paramount.
Stephen Colbert getting fired.
Look, show ran at a loss. I don't know what to tell you. It didn't make money.
All right, hit me, LG. The one and only George Kittle, the best post-game interviewer himself, and will be the greatest tight end to ever play, turned down a $10 million endorsement deal for a real estate company that was gentrifying areas of San Francisco. He did not like their ideals and what they were doing.
Well, okay, he was
going to be the face of this real estate company.
So were they building 2-story duplex walk-ups?
Well, they're basically kicking people out of their houses. Just like the Pearl District.
Yeah.
The Pearl District was like your hood,
Sure.
And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, look at this high rise.
That's where. But then also,
you got the Deco District that's being gentrified. St. Mary's is next.
The Pearl District now has a top 5 hotel in the entire world.
Absolutely.
It's brought how many millions of dollars? I know
there's a pro and con.
I know,
but they've been known to do shady business, and Kittle wanted nothing to do with them. Said, take your $10 million and kick rocks because that man has morals. And guess what? He can still get his smelling salt. The team can't provide it. He can bring his own.
Okay, that's the rule. It just can't be league or team provided.
The team cannot provide the smelling salt. He can bring his own, so he can get all dusted on the sideline.
Have you ever done smelling salt?
Oh yeah, it fucking sucks.
We might need to get some.
Have you ever done it?
No, God no.
Oh my dude,
I stopped playing.
It can make you pass out. It can make you pass out.
Well, okay, maybe not. Let's do it right before. If we get to 500, hit me, LG. We mentioned the great Wes Harkins, who picked up something off our Amazon wish list. Highly, highly appreciate that. I was talking to Wes over the weekend. He sent me a couple clips. Didn't realize. Well, first of all, we're coming up on Gambler Days over in Austin, August 22nd through 24th. But this past weekend, Texas's own, although he plays for the Missouri Thunder, unfortunately, or he rides for the Missouri Thunder, Jet Harkins, 20-year-old kid from Stephenville, had 2 smooth-ass rides rode the shit, just textbook rides on
the
bulls.
PBR?
Yeah, dude.
I saw the guy that like basically got bucked off and went right over the railing, and I'm like, that's the best case scenario right there.
Literally. There are so many. I think the
landed on the front row of people.
PBR is one. I feel like you remember when the X Games blew up?
One of them you can throw a flag.
Oh yeah, no, you challenge the ride. It's great. It's pretty entertaining.
That's crazy.
The same way like extreme sports blew up with like Tony Hawk, Matt Hoffman, Dave Mirra era. I think PBR is.
I like it. Hey.
It's a sport with a lot of room for growth still.
If you give me some crazy stuff in it, I'm in for it.
Well, they've figured out now with this team format where they can make it more consumable to an average American sports fan. Like now, it looks more like it's not just bull riding, even though it's still just bull riding.
It looks like a team.
It looks like a team. You're rooting for. You don't have to know the individuals as much as
root for the team.
Exactly.
And once the more you do it,
they just need to lose the perverted, creepy rodeo clown, and then we could have they could hit the mainstream once they get rid of that guy.
I do that.
It scares Lawrence every time.
Look, the tradition of the rodeo clown, court jester. Look,
you gotta keep that.
There's some tradition that maybe is worth letting go a little bit of. Maybe the pervy side of the clown. He was hitting hard on some chicks and
cheerleaders.
It was past the point.
I have learned that particular clown is a Hall of Famer and has retired.
That's correct.
Yes.
And I also think he was kind of on his farewell tour.
I think they were gonna. It was like, you better retire now before we make you go away.
Yeah.
Those blue pills gave him a revival.
Buddy. After he mentioned the UT cheerleaders for like the 7th time, that was when because when he mentioned them for the 2nd time, LG was like, oh, he's a little horny, pervy old man. And then by the 7th time, I was like, all right, yeah, you know what? You might be right.
Yeah, hit me, LG. Gonna do a 3-year analysis with Wembanyama and one Kevin Durant side by side. Points per game: 22.5 for Wemby, 22.7 for. Sorry, I got distracted because the Rangers just had to walk off.
Hey, another fat guy.
Yeah,
fat.
We need more fats.
We need more. You know what? I think
fats.
The Rangers just need more fats. It's not that they have too many. We just need more.
More fats. All right. So we had 22.5 points per game for Wemby, 22.7 for Durant, 10.8 rebounds per game for Wemby, 5.4 for Durant.
Well, that makes sense.
3.8 assists per game for Wemby, 2.6 for Durant. 3.7 blocks per game, 0.8 for Durant, 1.2 steals for Wemby, 1.1 for Durant. And then the shooting percentages on this goes from 2 points to 3 points, and then free throws, 47, 34, 81. That's Wemby, 45, 36, 87 for Durant.
What was the point per game number? What was
22.5 and 22.7 advantage Durant.
Damn.
That's the first 3 seasons.
Yeah. I didn't realize.
And imagine if Wemby had De'Aaron Fox and didn't get the blood clot this year.
Again,
I think that don't you upgrade a point guard? You're saying you're not going to get more points?
No, I'm saying imagine if Kevin Durant wasn't playing with Luke Ridnour and
like
Dan
he was playing with
Dickau.
all-stars on our team. There was not one all-star on our team.
There was Rookie of the Year.
No, that was Wemby.
No, the next year. Steph Castle was Rookie of the Year.
I stand by my point. No all-stars
no,
on that team.
I think it's a fun comparison, but they're just so different.
Yeah, because he's an alien.
Exactly. There's no I don't know who you're comparing to.
But I like it.
Hit me one more time, LG, and we'll get out of here. We're going to close with an E-Bombs corner because 7 years ago, technically it was yesterday, 7 years ago, we had the emergence of another internet meme with what came to be known as the Sky King, Richard Russell, who hijacked he didn't really hijack, he just took it. He took a Alaska Airlines plane that was at the airport. He was a grounds crew worker and went full GTA. Roll the clip, LG.
Yes.
All right. Hey, pilot guy, can this thing do a backflip, you think? I'm going to land it.
I thought this was fake.
No.
In a safe kind of manner. I think I'm going to try to do a barrel roll. And if that goes good, now I'm just going to nose down and call it a night.
Go nose down and call
Watch
it.
I mean, he does. So when he's right above the water, they estimate he's like 3 meters, like 10 feet, right above the water, doing that full flip barrel roll.
All right. Hey, pilot guy, can this thing do a
Don't get any ideas out there, Sports Cave
again,
world.
it was.
But it is possible to do a backflip barrel roll with a 747.
After watching the LA car chase last night and then realizing it was also the 7-year anniversary, like our society is just becoming more GTA-ified by the year.
This guy did maneuvers that they thought that plane could never do.
Correct.
So he actually proved some things true that plane could do.
Total
I
amateur.
saw the whole thing, and I remember when the air cat, because that wasn't the full version, was like, I didn't know that could happen. That was actually pretty impressive.
Like it's one of those.
They sat there and they hyped him up a little bit on it, and I was like, that's why I was like, this is fake.
No.
Oh,
I remember when it started, when the report started getting out 7 years ago that he was doing it. They were covering it live. Like you could watch the, him flying this thing as they're like.
He had to have a flight simulator game at home.
Oh, surely.
Yeah.
Or again, just played a lot of GTA. Yeah. Pour one out for Richard Russell, who passed away 7 years ago in said plane crash.
He didn't land.
He didn't land it soft. No, I think he very intentionally called an end to the night. And
well, this is it.
Very, very much so. On that uplifting note, Cap, tell the good people how they can get a hold of you for fantasy football league.
All right, man. We already have a couple of entries. I have received 3 of them. And I know Puma's received 2 or 3.
3, yeah, we're halfway there.
So we're 6. And then I got a couple, 3 more. So it looks like we're filling up fast. If you want a spot, you can hit me up. The Capitan210 at gmail.com. Jesus Christ. THECAP.
Just slapped myself in the face.
Yeah.
I got excited about the fat boys hugging each other. Sorry.
They look exactly like twins.
Get to Les and Burger. Anyway, give that email out again.
The Capitan210 at gmail.com. That is THECAPITAN 210. And you can always hit me up on the Captain's Chair 210 on Instagram and kick me in the DMs. And always hit up Biggest Puma. I think we got about 3 spots left for a 12-man league. So
yeah, and I'm about
to send those invites out here in about a day or 2.
I think I've got my general manager too.
You got your joke because someone asked me about that. They said they would either do their own.
Let's talk.
And I said I had to talk to you about that.
Yeah, let's talk after the show because I think I've got it locked in as well. So you can mark that one off. If you can't remember Cap's email, you can also hit me. TheBiggestPuma at gmail.com if you want to enter the fantasy league. Also, if
we will be doing it live on the Tuesday. Are we going to be locked in for that? We're going to go Tuesday, Wednesday?
Tuesday. Oh, yeah, on that week.
This Tuesday's the 2nd.
September 2nd?
September 2nd. So it will start around 8:15 because sometimes they usually last about 45 minutes to an hour. So we'll have some time, and we'll be on. It will be online, so you can do it anywhere while you watch us. You can just go on your phone and hit the draft room. I always recommend doing mock drafts first. All right.
Fine advice. There was one more thing I had. It was the fantasy league. Oh yeah. If you want to send longer emails. We're going to start soliciting a mailbag. I'm going to put that out once football season gets up and running. We'll do a weekly or monthly mailbag depending on how much mail we get. So you can start sending those to thebiggestpuma@gmail.com. If you want to reach me on X, @BiggestPuma, on Instagram, biggest.puma, LG, when's the next stream?
We'll be on tomorrow at 1 p.m.
Very, very nice. And where can they find that?
At DJLG210, all socials.
Perfect.
Thank you, Overlord.
Shout out to Technological Overlord LG for running things. Shout out to Wes for buying something off the Amazon wish list. Back in the room Wednesday night. Till then, y'all be good. Peace. Go Rangers.
Kids, what do we say about drugs?